Hello indie game fans! In the first full week of 2019, more indie games are being released, so that is great news for all of us. As usual, here are the top 5 best new releases of the week.
Best idea of my life. I needed a break from life out there. It was supposed to be a romantic dinner.
Mark, wake up!
So this is it.
Awake Definitive Edition is an overhauled version of an award-winning game from 2016's Adventure Jam on itch.io, and is a point-and-click adventure game which is also a thriller in the form of a romantic camping trip gone wrong, since there is a murderer out to get you. Beautiful use of monochrome, and there is a time loop element to the story as well, which should be interesting. "2017's Bury Me, My Love" was an outstanding experience from what I have heard, and is finally being released on Steam next week. Telling the story through text messages, it follows the story of a young Syrian lady on a journey to seek refuge in Europe and her relationship with her husband who has chosen to stay behind. While not a video game in the traditional sense, the writing is supposed to be excellent, and I think that this is worth experiencing.
You are a special agent in the multiverse of countless alternate dimensions. Your task is to keep peace between them all. Welcome to Rift. Regulators of interdimensional frontiers and technology. Fight interdimensional crime as Zara Sinclair, Rift agent. Loaded with martial arts skills and cool interdimensional gear, like the Proton Slinger. Solve the mystery behind the villainous Suspect X. Conduct a cross-dimensional investigation.
So when I first saw Double Cross, I really liked the colourful visuals and the action platforming aspect, but I was pleasantly surprised to find out that this has an element of investigation to it. Playing as Zara, an agent of the Regulators of Interdimensional Frontiers and Technology, or Rift, you have to maintain peace and order among the many dimensions, and the adventure game visual novel style segments look pretty fascinating. Brief Hero Yuusha EX is a nostalgia-tinged classic JRPG with a meta layer to it, which is the interesting hook since it plays on the traditional hero's journey trope. The original Brief Hero Yuusha never made it to Steam, but the EX version has many changes in balance and graphics, which makes this a great time to jump in. The developers also state on the Steam page that this features jokes that they thought were funny in 2015, so I certainly like the writing.
Have you ever been playing a roguelike and wished you were dragging a long tail behind you? No? Well, have you ever been playing Snake and wished it had more monsters and combat and procedurally generated dungeons to explore? No, me neither. Welcome to the world of Snakelike.
Finally, Snakelike is one of those crazy ideas of mashing up games or genres, much like Yoku's Island Express, only in this case, it is mixing Snake with a traditional turn-based roguelike. Successfully kickstarted in November 2017, this hits early access next week and looks quirky, weird, and one for fans of the genre, with some innovations such as casting spells by contorting your snake into a certain shape.
Inspired by games like Spelunky, we aim to create hard-coded, artisanal content that will be joined seamlessly with our procedurally generated content, thus yielding a player experience that is handcrafted, yet totally different every playthrough. Through all this, we are keeping the actual gameplay as simple as Snake. Up, down, right, and left are still the only moves you're allowed to make. But the world has the depth and diversity to make every run feel like a brand new serpentine catastrophe.
For more upcoming indie game new releases, check out the previous video or watch my recommended playlist, and I will see you after the jump.